All right, guys, phone was set up and, I've been using it for a little bit and impressive. I mean, it's an iPhone. every year it's an iPhone. So, but the iPhone 11, I'm going to tell you why I bought the iPhone 11. I'll show you the cameras. We'll look at the speakers. The iPhone 11, the reason I purchased this particular device is because it was the logical choice for me. It was. After getting in there, I used all of the iPhones side by side. And the iPhone that I went to purchase was the green 5.8. Now, when I got in there, I saw the 6.5, and I really liked the size of it. And it wasn't as heavy as everybody was saying, but I think it felt good. People might be just saying it's heavier than the 10s Max. Okay, I get that. But I didn't feel the heft to it like I thought I was going to feel. And then also the screen. Here's another reason why I was like, you know what, man? You really can't justify this extra $400 to $500 or $300, but let me try to. So I tried to. And so what I did was I said, how are you going to use these phones? Well, you're going to come in here, you're going to press video, and you're going to set it to 4K at 60 frames per second. That is what you're going to do with this phone, any of these phones. So I said, man, I'm getting ready to just try it. So the telephoto lens, it was okay. I tested it next to my Galaxy Note 2. I just wasn't like just blown away. I just wasn't blown away like I thought I would be. And that's not like a good or a bad thing. I just expected that I was just going to be just wowed by the ultra wide and the telephoto. And again, remember, I'm trying to justify why I'm getting ready to spend this additional $300 to $400. So after I tested the cameras, I thought, well, let me just take a look at the 11. You know what I mean? I said, let me just look at it just to see. And I decided I'm going to make the logical choice. I said, I'm just going to be focusing on cameras. I probably won't keep this phone very long. I paid full cost for it. I walked in, bought it outright. And I said, I'm just going to, and I get a discount. So it really didn't matter what I bought. None of them would have been more. I could have gotten the biggest one for I could have got the 512 for $1,000. But I chose, the Max. I could have gotten that for $1,000. I just chose, I said, you know what, man, I'm going to do the logical thing. I'm going to erase all the techie in me and go in as a consumer. And that's what I did. And that's why I walked out with the color that I chose. There wasn't something where, they don't have any more colors. I chose this color. I like it. It's real subtle. It's not like what you think. When you see it in person, it's different. So I chose to take the techie out of me and see if I could buy an iPhone with the logical approach and what's going to be suitable for me as a regular consumer. So that's what I did. I played with all the cameras because for me, the cameras are the most important part in the battery of iPhones. So I immediately opened up the cameras and I saw the 4K at 60 frames per second on all of them next to each other. I put both of the other ones next to this one, and the other ones have telephoto. The Pro models have telephoto lens, and on paper they have a higher resolution. And I said, I can't justify this. I said, I can't justify it, so I'm getting ready to walk out of here with the color that I want, and I chose purple. The guy was like, man, I would get the green or the purple. And I was like, that's cool. I think I'm rocking with the purple. And I like the purple. I'd already had this was like my backup plan anyway. My backup plan was to grab the purple if I didn't like any of the other ones in person. But I liked them all in person, as far as the green ones go on the Pro models. However, I just took the logical approach. I bought the 64 gig iPhone 11 in purple. And this is the money that I'm investing in Apple this year so far as their phones. Will I get the Pro model later? I don't know. Some people, I've heard them say, well, you're compromising on the screen, Well, again, I looked at the screens next to each other and I just couldn't see the wow factor that I wanted to, just like last year. I mean, think about this, folks. These are pretty much the same phones from last year with a few tweaks. The cameras. It's pretty much it. So I decided I'm going to go at it the techie way. Now, I keep talking about the cameras. Let's look at the cameras. All right, so 4K 60 frames per second on the front camera right here for the iPhone 11. This is a version that just has the two cameras. Here's the quality, here's the audio, here's everything for you in 4K at 60 frames per second for the front camera. Now I'm going to switch it to the rear. All right, so here is the rear camera at 4K 60 frames per second. Obviously, this is the resolution that I'm going to shoot in indefinitely. I don't have a reason to shoot in anything less. So this is the type of quality you'll get in this setting. This is a controlled environment with LEDs and everything. But we're going to go outside now and see how this phone does in some kind of sunny out there. At least it was. It was getting kind of cloudy, but let's go outside. All right, guys, so here's the rear camera, 4K at 60 frames per second. It is a super windy day out, folks. It's always windy here. So, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's windy. My shadow. That's probably one of the most accurate representations of those bushes. Look at how it's handling the sky, man. Wow, I'm not gonna hate, that's for sure. These cameras are really, really solid, B. Really nice. Unfortunately, you can't switch to wide angle while recording. If you can, I just got the phone, so I'll figure that out later, but I don't think you can. So I tried and it wouldn't go out, so now I'm gonna switch to wide angle. All right, there's the wide angle shot, and you know what? The wide angle shot looks beautiful too. Incredible. Just incredible. Now you can stand in my spot here and you can see all the bushes and everything there, all within view. I'm extremely close to these bushes. There we go. Wide angle shot. All right, there you go. The cameras, banging, banging, banging. So as far as the display goes, a lot of you guys are going to be looking at the dark mode. This is where you change the dark mode at. I again just don't see the compromise that I'm making by getting an 11. I was going to say the 11. I don't see the compromise. I'm pretty happy with it. It's set to auto, but you can switch it to dark if you want to. You know what I mean? But this is what the dark mode looks like. It's just dark mode. I don't see the excitement, so I just put mine to auto. You know what I mean? But yeah, I grabbed the lowest memory of the 11, and I got a nice color. And this is it, because I know what I'm going to do with this phone. I'm going to be just pushing out videos with it more than likely. I don't know if I can use this as a daily driver for very long, but I owe you guys a review. So I put my SIM card in there and I'm going to use it. I'm going to give you at least 2 weeks of straight usage with this phone with my primary SIM card, not just any SIM card, my primary SIM card. So I took it out of the Galaxy Note, the Galaxy. Galaxy Note. I took it out of the Galaxy Note. Let's see here. Let's turn it off. You can see I have no signal, no service. It has those little bars, but I don't have any service up there. But yeah, I took it out, and now getting ready to roll with this iPhone for the next couple of weeks and see how I like it. If I just get bored with it, I pay full cost with it, so it's going up on sale if I just don't want it anymore. But I think I probably could use this for sure for cameras on the channel. But first impressions, man, I'm impressed. It's just another iPhone to me. All of them are. This is my starting point, right, for 2020, going into 2020 with the new 11. Videos to come, I'll compare this phone to probably every other phone you could possibly think of in my catalog. Just give me some time. Give me some time. So before I get out of here, the case of choice, I have several. I've got a video I'm getting ready to do, but obviously I have all these different cases, and this is just some of them that I was trying them on. I like the ultra thin cases. I think they're really cool, but there's just so many cases I could possibly put on this thing. I think this eye blazing looks really nice. That looks pretty sweet. This one definitely looks sweet, and I've got subcase unicorn beetles down there. It's a bunch going on. So yeah, there it is, man. There it is. It is the iPhone 11. This is the starting point for me. Hope everybody is enjoying their iPhones so far, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more.